Good evening, everybody. It's Monday, October 14th, 2024. Hope you're all doing well. Let me just check my mic here. I'm actually on a different system this evening because we're going to be doing some graphic design. For those that don't know, I have been doing graphic design for a little over 25 years. In various aspects, 2D graphic design, vector design, Photoshop, 3D graphic design, modeling and animation. I've done work for many different companies, ranging from small businesses all the way to Warner Brothers and DreamWorks Studios and even Lucasfilm. My latest endeavor over the last roughly 24 years has been in the realm of motorsports and the motorsports industry, doing stuff for NASCAR, IndyCar, F1, IMSA, ARCA, so on and so forth. And I still do some of that from time to time, but I've been transitioning from some of those markets to more commercialized graphic design, as well as jump-starting my laser and 3D printing services and company. So I'll still be doing some motorsport graphic design when that comes in, but I do want to put a little bit more focus on my own brand and my own designs, rather than doing stuff for the larger companies, or I should say in conjunction with the larger companies, not rather, because if you don't have money, you can't work, right? So today we're going to be doing some pretty cool stuff. I had posted on some of the Xtool laser forums on Facebook about some ornaments that I had created, and it got a really good response. And I have those files, the zip code files, up for sale on my Patreon. So you can go to my Patreon right here, patreon.com/Utinni Designs, and you can pick up those files in the shop. You do not have to be a subscriber to the Patreon in order to purchase those files. However, if you are a subscriber to the Patreon on the commercial tier, then you get these files for free. So you can buy them separately, or you can get them for free if you're a commercial subscriber. And you're allowed to use those designs any way you see fit for your own services. So you can put them on ornaments, you can put them on hats, you can put them on t-shirts, you can put them on coasters, whatever you like. If you are a commercial subscriber, as long as you are a active commercial subscriber, you can use those graphic files, and hopefully you can make some money out of them. So what we're going to be doing today is actually doing some of those graphic design files, and we're going to get started here. I am in Adobe Illustrator, and hopefully you can see my screen and everything. Again, I do apologize, I am on a different setup, so you won't actually see me today, but you will see what we will be working on. So we're going to get started here, and the first one that I think we're going to do, it's not super complex. It may seem like it, but it really isn't. And this is an ornament. So what we're going to do is first, let me get my colors set up here. And again, this is Adobe Illustrator. Now this same thing, all the graphics I'm doing today will be done in Adobe Illustrator. However, you don't have to use Adobe Illustrator. You can use programs like Inkscape, which is free. You can use programs like Affinity Designer, which is way cheaper than Adobe Illustrator. Um, so any type of vector program, technically you could even do this in Xtool XCS if you wanted to, because we're really dealing with shapes and text and then some elements to kind of pull it all together. So we're going to go ahead and get started here, and I'm just going to draw out a circle, and we're going to get going with this design here. So I'm going to copy and paste that right on top of each other, and I'm going to make this just a little bit smaller, and then we're going to grab both of these, and now we have a ring. So basically what I did is I subtracted the back from the front. And now all of a sudden my mouse is acting up. Hang on just a second while I try to fix that. Not exactly sure what happened here. Bear with me for a moment. My mouse is interesting. It was working fine and now it's all slow. Let me see what the deal is here. Bear with me for just 1 second. I'm going to pause this. If I can even get my mouse to work. Turn it on and turn it back off. Let's see if that works. Well, I do apologize, but apparently I've completely lost my mouse. Let me get a different mouse here and see if I can get it hooked up. Because yeah, this thing's completely... There we go. Now it's working again. Okay. Just had a hiccup for some reason. Let me make sure I'm not using too many resources. All right. So we got this circle, and again, all I did was subtract it from. I had 2 circles, and I made one a little bit smaller, and I subtracted it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of lay out our design. So let's see here. Let's make another circle in here. And actually, we're just going to take this same circle, copy, paste it. And we're going to go a little bit smaller. Maybe something like this. And we're just going to fill it. So now we have the 2 circles. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take this circle, copy, paste it. Again, this is all just real simple stuff. But I think you'll understand kind of what I'm doing here in a second. So we're going to make this about this size, and then I'm just going to turn that to a thin line and actually make it kind of invisible. And this is going to be the line that we do our text on. So I'm just going to shrink that a little bit, and now I'm going to go over to the text tool, and type on path is what we want to show here. So we're going to go to type on path, and now you should see text wrapping around there. So we're just going to type in may you never be too grown up to search the skies on, and helps if I can spell here. Hang on, my keyboard is now. May you never be too grown up to search disguise on. And now we're just going to make that text larger here. So we're going to select it all. And we're going to increase the size of this. And we're going to drag this around here. And kind of get this set up so it's more centered around our circle. Now to make sure we are somewhat centered around our circle and our lines are even, I'm going to go to Show Rulers and I'm going to drag a guide. These are called guides in Illustrator, this thin blue line here. Hopefully you can see that. And then we're just going to kind of line this up. But let's change this font first. Not crazy about that font. So let's go with this font's called Marion. And we're going to go bold. And then we're going to reduce the size. And just kind of adjust it a little bit here. Something about like this. And we can actually make this a little bit bigger too. So let's increase the font size. And what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to get just kind of a block out design here. And I think what we're going to do is pull this further down, because this is quite a bit of text. So we're just going to grab these little handles and we're going to keep on pulling until we get it somewhat even with this line that we're working with here. And again, if you don't have Illustrator, you don't have Affinity Designer, you don't have Inkscape, you can actually do this in XCS, directly in XCS. It's a little bit more difficult, but it can be done. There are lots of design tools out there that you can use, and Illustrator is just for lack of a better term, the industry standard that I use in my professional work every day, and I'm paying for it already, so why not use it? However, if you are not a professional and you don't want to spend $600 a year on an Adobe subscription, look at Inkscape. Look at that. Inkscape's free. Affinity Designer is a tremendous program, and in some cases even better than Adobe Illustrator. So they also have a photo editor as well, and I think you can get both of those for under $150. So, and it's not a subscription, it's buy once, cry once type thing. So it's great. There's also online services like Canva, there's Kittl, there's not a lack of graphic design programs out there. So use what you feel comfortable with or what you can afford and just run with it. So now that we got this kind of set up here, I think I'm going to make this text just a little bit smaller. We're at 29 points right now. Let's go to 26.5. And we're going to adjust this one more time. So something like this. And that looks pretty good. So now, let's get our other text in here. And we're going to type Christmas Eve. And let's make this kind of a Christmassy style of text. I have tons of fonts. There are tons of free font sites out there, so you can search fonts.com. You can use, if you ever run into an issue where you're trying to find a certain font and you have an image of it, you can try what the font and upload that image, and it will tell you with fairly decent accuracy what font that could possibly be. Now, sometimes it will be paid fonts, sometimes it won't, but you can usually find those fonts for free online somewhere. If you can't, then purchase them. Normally they're $15, $20 a font, and once you have them, you have them. So that's always a real good way to do it too. Let me pull up. Bear with me here for a second. My font program was not loaded. So I'm going to activate some fonts. I'm using Connect Fonts for my font program. It is a paid software, and it uploads your fonts to the cloud as well as keeps them on your computer, and you can set up sets of fonts that you can click on and activate. So you don't have to have 10,000 fonts activated on your system, because that will slow down your system. So you can select which fonts you want to activate and then only activate those. So it's a really handy program. So let me type in. Okay, so let's do a font called, I think it's called Christmas Day. So we are going to, now that we have this typed in and we have the font here, I'm going to right click and go to create outlines. That's going to make this from a font to vector paths. And I'm just going to ungroup it. And then I'm going to select the Eve, merge those, select the Christmas. And I think we're going to merge those just so we have solid pieces here. And I'm going to put Christmas right here. I know you can't see it very well because of the black right now, but pay no mind to that, because we're going to make all this make sense here in just a second. So now we're going to take this circle and we are going to cut it using the eraser tool and just holding down Alt and Alt. Just holding down Alt and clicking and dragging, and then you let go and it will cut that circle. So now we have kind of a 3/4 circle there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in an element, a Christmas tree. Let me go over here and grab one here. And you can use any type of vector, stock image, whatever. Just be careful when you're using stock images, because a lot of those have restrictions on them, I guess is the right word. So you wouldn't be able to use them and then sell the designs. So I create all my own graphics and vectors from scratch, so I don't have to worry about that. And I will be supplying a Christmas elements pack very soon on my Patreon, so be on the lookout for that. And what we're going to do is first thing we're going to do is we're going to change these to white so we can kind of see how this is looking. And we're going to just start arranging. We're going to make a little theme here. We're going to use the exact same tree, and we may flip it, transform it, reflect it, and that's basically a mirror image of that. And then we can make it a little bit smaller, kind of come in here, and you'll see kind of what we're doing with this here in just a moment once I get these kind of started. So we're just kind of making a Christmassy type background or a Christmas style scene. Doesn't have to be, perfect. You can mix and match. I'm just using one single tree. You can use multiple trees if you want. So I'm going to select all these. And then I'm going to reflect those and copy them. And then drag to this other side. We're just going to kind of offset it here. And then we can edit these a little bit more. So let's move this tree maybe here. Maybe make it smaller. Make these a little bit smaller. Just kind of stair step them. What you're really trying to do is just kind of create a little layered scene here. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be exact. You're just trying to get some elements in here. So then once we have those elements, we're going to select all of our trees one by one by holding down the Shift key and clicking on them. Then we're going to merge them and make them a solid object. And then we're going to select this half circle here, and we're going to subtract it from the front. So now we have this. So basically what we've done is we've masked out those trees from the background here, from this black half circle. So let me move that back in here. And let's drag that. Well, we don't want to drag it down. Let's make it just a little bit taller. I guess about like that would work. Let's make our Christmas bigger. Make sure it's centered, and we can make our Eve bigger as well. And now let's put some stars in. So again, doing stars, you can get stock stars, you can do your own stars. I have some star elements in my element pack. So this is like a North Star, or the Christmas star, or the Jesus star, Star of Nazareth. There's many different names for it that you can use. And then we're going to grab some little stars here, and we're going to bring these into the scene. And we're just basically, again, you're making a little scene here, and you can rotate them, make the sizes different, so on and so forth. So I'm just going to bring in some other stars here. And now I'm going to bring in a Santa and reindeer element. Again, this is all part of my pack that I will have on my Patreon soon. And you can finesse this. You can spend hours finessing the design and changing it up. But this kind of gives us an idea of what would be a logo or graphic for an ornament. So in order to make this ready for laser, you want to select everything. So you just drag and click and select it all, go up to type and create outlines. That's going to convert all the text to outlines, so they'll be true vector objects. You can laser engrave them. And that is our first deal. Now we can go and select everything. We can group it. We can merge it. and then we can export as an SVG, and you can bring that SVG right into your XCS software. So there's design number one. This would look great on an ornament, on a t-shirt, on a hat patch, on a round cutting board or cheese board, anything like that. And this will be either available on my Patreon soon, or I am also going to be uploading to Design Find on Xtool, and it will be able to be purchased from there. So that's design number one. So let's keep trucking along here. And just to kind of show you what this element pack looks like, I'm still building it, but this kind of gives you an idea of what this will look like here. So we have lots of different elements. We got some Christmas lights, we got some snowflakes, we got some packages, we got several different trees in here, we got some stars. We have several different Santa designs with reindeer. We have reindeer by themselves. We got a little squirrel in here. You'll see that design being used here in just a second. And then we have the tree element here that we made. And the nice thing about these Santas, the way that I've designed them, let me bring you into a new package here, or a new window, is the way I've designed them is you can click and drag and make copies of these. So if you just want 2 reindeer, you can have 2 reindeer. If you just want 1 reindeer, you can have 1 reindeer. If you want multiples, you can have, you know, him have multiple reindeer and just kind of line up the reins. And I'll just show you a quick example of that. So we'll just copy and paste in the front here, and then we'll just keep moving these around until he has, you know, what was it, 10 reindeer, I think. I honestly don't recall, but you can see how you can quickly take these and make a completely new scene out of these elements here. So that's what I'm trying to design, is a way that gives you some options, so that way you can literally design your own graphics and whatnot with these elements. So that's just a quick example. So like I said, there's several elements in here. Some are more detailed than others. And I will be adding more and more to this pack. And it's a buy once and you get updates to the pack. But I will try to include as much as I can in one pack before I release it. So using more stuff from that pack, let's create some monograms are real big during the holidays. Let's create like a monogram style. So again, we're just going to grab our circle. We're going to copy and paste on top of each other. We're going to make it somewhat thin, maybe about like this. And we're going to cut the back circle from the front circle, which then does this. It removes the big circle. And now we're just going to do something real simple. We're going to go back to our elements. We're going to drag in some snowflakes. So let's drag in a snowflake and let's put it here. Let's make it a little bit bigger, like so. And let's get another snowflake. And let's get a couple more here. I got several. I have 4 or 5. And I'll add some more in here. So now that we have some snowflakes in here, let's get this going. So let me zoom in here a little bit so we can get some designs going here. Let's do this one about here. Again, this is all up to you and how you want to design it. You can design it any way you like, but you can increase or decrease the size of these. You can make clusters of them. It's really completely up to you how you use these elements and do a design. So as you can see, real quickly, we've already got something that's pretty decent. Let's see, let's grab this guy and put him over here maybe. So now we have this little monogram circle or whatnot. We'll just group that and merge it. And now we can take just a font, just a letter, and we can put it in here. So you can see just how quickly we can take something and make a monogram type of logo that would look great on slate, on an ornament, on a round cutting board, on a shirt, on a bag, on a hat patch. Any of that you can quickly do. So we can change the font in here. Let's go to kind of a more modern type font. And again, all this can be done in XCS with these elements as well as any Illustrator type program. So maybe you have the initial here of the name, and then let's do this as well, just to kind of give you an idea. So we're going to put this here in the center, kind of make it the same size roughly, and we're going to make it a stroke. And again, you can come up with so many different creative designs. We're going to type this on a path, so we're going to use the Type to Path tool. Click on this, and we're going to put Miller. And we're just going to drag this in so it's on the right side here. And we're going to increase that font. So you can see very quickly how you can create a design from just a couple simple shapes and a couple elements. And you can come up with these all day long. You can have a whole library of them. So forget Etsy, there's a lot of good designs on Etsy, don't get me wrong, but you can create your own designs with just a few elements. And with my element pack for Christmas, you can literally do multiple designs with one fee, unless you subscribe to the Patreon, which is a monthly fee, and then you get this file for free. And literally, as long as you pay the monthly Patreon membership fee, you can use these and create as many different designs as you like. So, and like I said, I will be expanding on that more. I'm still getting some of the details sorted out on that. You can also find this type of stuff on Design Find. So look for me on Design Find, Utinni Designs, and we will get some cool designs up here, and hopefully you all really like those. Now you can change this text. Maybe you have a more modern, bold style font in the center, and then you have a more scripty style font, here at the bottom. So let's find a different font here. Not real crazy about that one. Not crazy about that one. Let's do brush script is boring. Let's do this one, and let's change this up a little bit. And you can see just how quickly you can change this type of stuff. So I'm just gonna increase the leading here. And we're gonna play with the size a little bit. So, maybe something like that. Again, you can take this out. You can do so many different things with this type of stuff. It's really all in what you're wanting. Because you can sit here and you can design all day long. So now we can just take this exact same thing, and for whatever reason, it's not wanting me to move it. There we go. See, even somebody that's been doing it for years has issues every now and then. So don't get frustrated. Don't give up. Keep on trucking and working on stuff. So now we can take this same design and we'll go down here through some fonts, maybe something like this, and we'll decrease the leading. So maybe something like that, and then you put some more snowflakes on this side, or you put, a Santa or a tree. I mean, the possibilities are honestly endless. So let's start on a different design here. So let's do a fun little design. I'm pretty sure most of you are familiar with National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It's one of the most popular Christmas movies of all time, and it's just a funny movie. So let's create a design for that. So again, starting with a simple circle. And let's copy and paste that. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Maybe something like this. Subtract it. Again, you can do all this in XCS as well. Let's copy and paste this again. And let's make a double ring. Maybe something like that. Let's see. Let's grab this fun font called Marvin. And let's do Griswold. I think that's how you spell it. Family. And let's just kind of get this set up here. Let's see. Let's do Christmas tree. What are some other elements we can put in here? What was that line he said? Tree looks great, little full, lot of sap. So let's do little full, and let's center that, and then lotta, if that's even a word, sap. So let's put a lot of sap over here. And let's see, let's match these up. So 25.5 on the size of the font. 25.5 on this. Snap those to line them up. And we'll drag to this side. And now you're kind of seeing how we can quickly take a design and go this whole design phase and just kind of play with it and have fun with it. That's what it's all about anyway. Let's get some more text in here. Let's do, what was it he said? It's not going in our yard, it's going in our living room. So it's going in our living room. And let's center that. Maybe put this kind of in between, but down, because I think I have kind of a car that we can put in here, or a truck maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll play with it. Let's get these texts in here. Kind of get this centered up. And right here, I'm just using the arrow keys just to kind of nudge it. And then we're going to drop this down. We're going to take our Griswold family and we are going to type path on tool. We're going to select our path first. And then we can copy and paste it. And let's do this. Well, that's not what I wanted. So let's increase the font size here. And we're going to drag these handles around. Drag this down from the center so we can line them up. Anyway, it gives us a sort of a reference point here. I think we need to make that just a teensy bit smaller just to kind of break it away from this line. Or maybe we make the line more like this. Let's do that instead. Let's give us some more room here. So now we're going to copy and paste that again. And we're going to take this line and kind of move this down here. And then we're going to type in Christmas tree. So now we don't need these. We can make this one a little bit bigger. Let's drop this line down so we can get this lined up. Let's see how this is looking. Needs to come back a little bit, I think. All right, so that gives us a little basis. Hey, Gap. How you doing, buddy? We're just sitting here designing some Christmas stuff since the season is going to be upon us before we know it. And these are graphics and packs that I'm going to be providing on my Patreon, as well as Design Find for X-Tool laser engraving. In any of these graphics, I'm just basically giving an overview of how you can take some simple text, some simple graphics, and maybe some graphic elements out of this pack that I'm going to put together and sell, and make something that you can laser engrave on ornaments, on patches, on, you can, screen print on t-shirts, that sort of thing. So that's kind of what we're going over here. So in this pack that I have a car. So let me bring in the car. And again, this is kind of going off the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation style movie. And we're just kind of playing with the design here. So let's move this more up to the center. This more up to the center. Don't think those are lined up. Nope, it's got to come up a little bit. All right, so there's the car. Now we're going to need the tree. So let's bring in a tree element. What up, Toy Bills? Thanks for joining in, buddy. We're just designing some graphics today. Just working on a couple little things here. So let's get rid of that line for now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this tree element here from my pack, and the car, which is also from my pack, and we're going to rotate it, and we're going to put it on this car. Now, what's cool about vector graphics is you can enlarge and reduce in size as much as you want. You can also scale them on different axes. So since this is on the car, we're gonna make it to look like it was wrapped at a Christmas tree farm. We're gonna put it on the car here, and let's make it just a little bit skinnier. Maybe something like so, because they really wrapped that. I believe in the movie this thing was hanging off the back, and I believe they had it tied down to the hood up here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go to Effect, and let's see, Warp. Where is, okay, let's go to Distort, and let's go to, let me find it here. Let me go to Envelope Distort under Object, and we are going to make a mesh, and 4x4 should be plenty. And what we're going to do is we're going to warp this tree here by grabbing these points with our point tool. Come on. There we go. And we're just going to start bending this tree here to make it kind of follow and look like it's on the hood. want this kind of up here. I want this lower. This lower. You kind of get the idea of kind of what I'm going for here. Maybe something like this. And we want to really kind of warp that down here. Maybe raise these up just a little bit because they're way too far down on the window here. This would never work in real life like this. So I'm just adjusting things with this warp tool. And again, you can play with this for hours trying to get something that's somewhat decent here. Obviously, we don't have hours. So I'm just doing a quick and dirty representation here. Now let's zoom out and see. All right, that looks like it's sitting on the car. And we can tweak it more here or there, but hey, Jedi, or Brett, I guess that's Brett. I think it's Brett. Just doing some graphic design here in vector that can be then laser engraved on things or screen printed on t-shirts or put on hats. Yep, that's even. So just real quickly, with literally 2 circles, some text, and 2 elements. A tree element that literally started out like this, and a car element that started out like this. We have now made this. So very, very quick, very easy. Obviously you can adjust the spacing, you know, here so you don't have as much negative space. You know, what was the funny thing in that movie that the squirrel jumped out of the tree? Maybe we put a squirrel element in. You know, something like this. And boom, there you have a cool graphic that it's Darth Brett, he says. Or cool tool and Obi-Wan. So maybe you just, you know, put a couple little extra elements in there to fill up that negative space. And again, this was what, 5 minutes maybe to make this? Maybe 10 minutes, just because I'm kind of trying to talk you through it. So, you know, you can slap that on a hat or whatnot and get that going. So while we're on the Griswold thing, let's continue with that. So just to save a little bit of time, again, I'm going to use some elements. Again, this is all vector. It can be done in, this is Adobe Illustrator that I'm using, but you can do it in Affinity Design, or you can do it in Inkscape. You could even do this in XCS, because it's literally just shapes. We're copying and pasting on top of each other, and then we're subtracting it, and then we're going to copy and paste this exact same thing, and we're going to reduce the size just a little bit. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to increase the size of this. So now we have 2 different size circles. We're going to take another circle We're going to type on path. Real simple stuff. Griswold family. I guess I should have kept the text from the last project, but oh well. We'll get it figured out here. So I'm just going to find the center point, reduce it, and then we're going to make sure these are lined up, which they're not. And we're just going to drag these points around. Oh, what happened to my text? There we go. So these points, you can just drag around like so. And then we're going to literally copy and paste that. And we're going to create an inside text. And we already did Christmas tree, so let's do Christmas tree farm. Let's do something with that, like the farm where they got the tree from. Again, I'm just doing this quick and dirty, so. Alright, let's do, what year did that movie come out? Does anybody remember? 89, 90? I think it was 89. And let me grab my little full and lot of sap from the last design. Somebody can fact check me on that when that movie came out. I believe one of the quotes was a real Butte Clark, but let's put a real Butte guaranteed, because this is for the Christmas tree farm. Let's put it, let's make it a little bit smaller. And let's go grab some elements from my element pack. So let's get a nice detailed element here. Kind of put it in the center. I think we're going to have to make this text a little bit smaller here. Or something. Maybe something like this. And let's take this same tree, copy paste it, make it a little smaller. And then let's make this completely black. So there you go. Real quick patch element design. You know, it's something that's real easy to do, and you can come up with hundreds of different types of designs. I've already came up with what, 4 or 5 designs in less than an hour. So again, you can put these on ornaments, on hats, on shirts, on coasters. I mean, it's keychains. The possibilities are endless. Now, not only can you use these with a laser, you can also export these and 3D print them. So you can make 3D printed coasters, 3D printed keychains, so on and so forth. So the element pack that I'm going to be releasing is going to be very versatile in the fact that you can use these elements to create hundreds of different designs in a very short amount of time. I mean, we've already created 5-6 designs in an hour. So let's look at one more Griswold thing since we're on the Griswold kick here. I'm just going to move this over, and we're going to go ahead and group it. There's another element in my element pack that I think would lend itself to a pretty cool design. So let's see. We're just going to get a tree here. We're going to make it somewhat big, because my idea is we've been doing round text and straight text, and that's good, it's fine, but let's try something a little different. So in this pack that I got, I also have some package elements. So let me bring these in, and I'll make these a little bit bigger so you can see them. So these are just some present package elements, and these are all separate, so we can arrange them any way we want. So let's put a package, let's say over here. Let's grab this one, put it about here, and then let's do something like this. So there, we got a nice little Christmas tree scene here. Oh, we're missing a star. Let's grab a star from my pack. Probably need to make that a little bit bigger star. Let's shrink all this down just a tad. So there's a nice little starter scene there. Now let's take a quote from the movie. And I already have this pre-set up. So what I'm going to do is just size this. I'm going to change the color so I can see it. Something like that. Now, what you can do is you can laser engrave this. And if you want to do it on an ornament where the letters stay the color of the ornament and everything else is engraved, you select your tree and the text, and you subtract the text from the tree. So when you drag it over, see how this is bringing in the color. So it doesn't matter whatever. I'm just going to do another circle here just to kind of show you. So in XCS, when you put this on a red ornament, let's say, and you put this design on it, we're just going to group this and bring it forward. So now you can get an idea of how it'll look on an ornament. Now that text is probably way too small to laser engrave on an ornament, to be honest, but that gives you an idea of the capabilities. You can engrave it on a cutting board. You can put it on a leather patch, on a business card. But very quickly, we created yet another pretty cool design that you can put on any of this. And again, that's just using text. So somebody might say, well, how'd you get the text in the shape of the tree? I didn't see you do that. Well, I pre-did it, but I can show you how I did it. So let me just back up here. So I take each of these each of these words, I ungroup them, and then I just start dragging in. So that one fits there. This one sort of fits, but needs be a little bit smaller. And you just start arranging this stuff. You know, if this doesn't fit, you make it a little smaller, a little larger. Maybe you want this to be super big. So you just arrange it like so it fills up the tree a little bit more. You just start bringing in these different elements and just placing them, resizing them. You know, now obviously I made all that too big. So you just come back in and you start resizing stuff. Rotate it, move it around. See, now white is too big. So you just move it down just a little bit. Santa needs to be moved over slightly. It's all just about placement and playing with it. So there, completely different design. You want to take it one step further? Remember that squirrel that we had in that other design? Let's drop him in here. Let's have him jumping out of the tree. There you go. Simple. I mean, there's 3 different designs there in less than 10 minutes. So be on the lookout for this pack. I will announce it when I have it completely finished and I'm happy with it. There will be several different elements in there that people can download. I'll give you a quick preview of some of the elements I have in there now. So here are some of the elements that are going to be in this pack. You're going to get some snowflakes. You're going to get several different styles of snowflakes. Again, these are all vector graphics. You're going to get some lights. You're going to get some stars. You know, some star twinkles. You're going to get the little car that we put the National Lampoons in. You're going to get the bent tree that fits on the car. You're going to get, you know, the regular tree, the detailed tree, the tree that we just used with the packages, another type of tree. I'm going to put several trees in there, several different packages, the Santas with the reindeer, the squirrel. There's another reindeer. So here's a good example of how quickly you can sit there and do this type of stuff. So we're just going to take this Santa and we're going to take him down to his base. So there's the Santa. Now we're going to take this reindeer, put him here. We're going to take another reindeer. Let's move him up slightly. Grab this so I can have more room here. We're going to take these reins. Move these out of the way. And again, once you have this pack, you can do the same thing. So we're going to take this other Santa and we're just going to delete everything but the reins here. Okay, we're just going to erase everything but the reins. There we go. So now we can move this deer into here. And then we're going to grab these reins. See how quickly and easily this works? And you can continue doing this. I mean, just copy paste it. Copy paste it. Copy paste it. I mean, it is absolutely user friendly and easy to do. Just rotate this a little bit so it looks somewhat, you know, copacetic with the rest of the design. Boom. We went from Santa with no reindeer to Santa with 4 reindeer or 8 reindeer real quick. And that's all done with this, you know, with the stuff I have in this pack. So definitely keep a lookout for that. I'll announce it tomorrow. I'm announcing a laser jig, a 3D printed laser jig that will be available for purchase. That is for the 65mm or 2-inch ornaments. So keep that on your radar, and that'll be a pretty cool little announcement. I'm hoping I get to it tomorrow, so I can get some of those going for y'all. And for those with lasers, you can purchase that and then start lasering your ornaments for Christmas. Another pack that I'm going to be releasing is, let me bring it in here, this one. So this is another pack, and this would be good for coasters, shirts, ornaments, again, you know, whatever you want, signs. So show you how to use this pack real quick. We're going to create a new document, and I'm just going to grab these elements, because again, these are just elements. We're going to move that there, copy paste it, move it in here. Okay, Brett, that's cool, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate it. So we're just going to kind of move this in here so it's kind of lined up. And let's see. Brett, what year were you born? Type it in the chat. I think you're 78 or 77, right? You're the same age as me. Or gap. 1948. Well, I only go back to 1950, so can't do 48. All right, 72. So we're going to copy 72 out of this pack. We're going to put it in here. And the mouse is going to be acting up again. I swear there's something that is interfering with my mouse here. Yeah, and these packs that I'm releasing, Brett, can be done in XCS as well. All the designs I've done today on this stream can be done in Illustrator. They can be done in Affinity Designer. They can be done in Inkscape. They can be done in Canva. They can be done in Kittl. They can be done in XCS. So there's nothing, secret about any of this stuff, and that's why I'm showing the versatility of the packs and stuff I'm going to be releasing, because I think it's going to help a lot of people come up with their own designs instead of just buying stuff off Etsy. There are some amazing designs on Etsy, don't get me wrong, but the way the economy is, you can buy 20 designs on Etsy, or you can buy a pack from me and make 50 designs off of that one purchase. So, you got to think about it that way too. Let me reboot my mouse. I swear that, okay, there my mouse is back. There's something interfering with my mouse. So 1972. All right, let's drag 1972 down here. Again, we're going to go with a quick and simple circle, because this stuff is just, it's too easy, man. It's easy. Drag this over. Make this a little bit larger. I want to really emphasize how old Brett is here. And let's see. Since it says Santa's favorite, let's grab my Santa, one of the Santas from the pack. Bear with me here because I closed that file down, I think. Yep, I did. I closed that file down. Okay, let me grab it here. wow, Gap's dating you there. 1834 and 200 BC. Shoo. Brett was walking with Moses. All right. So we got Santa's favorite, slain it since 1972. And let's put a Santa in here. Let's just grab this one out of the pack. And let's flip him the other way. Let's see what we can do with this here. I think we're going to grab this and we're going to move all this up. And we're going to make favorite smaller. Slain it since 1972. Again, simple, clean, perfect design. Well, I don't like the way Santa's going downhill. All right. Put him uphill. Rotate him a little bit. That's the beauty of the stuff that I'm going to be releasing, is you can rotate it, have a completely different design. Move it around a little bit. Make it bigger, make it smaller. However you like it. Maybe you have 1972 over here and Santa real big here. Boom. See how simple that is, guys? It's not hard, it's not rocket science. Again, you can buy as many designs on Etsy as you want. There's some great ones on there. But with a pack like this that I'm going to be releasing, you can come up with almost infinite designs. Not liking the way Santa's is angled up like that. So let's make it a little bit straighter. Boom. There you go. If you don't want Santa in there, you don't have to have Santa in there. Take him out. Not everybody likes the fat man. It's all good. Put real emphasis on that birthday right there, on that birth year. You know, you want to Christmas it up a little bit? Put a little holly in there, or a little tree, or something. You know, maybe a present. Maybe we'll put a little present in there. Again, this is from the Element Pack. I mean, if he's Santa's favorite, he gets lots of presents, right? So let's grab some presents. Again, these are just quick and, you know, quick little designs. You don't have to stress over it. You don't have to sit there and think about it. Just the way I'm designing these packs, you're going to be able to grab elements and play. Boom. Another design right there. I mean, all you have to do is sit down and do it, guys. With these packs and some elements, you can sit down and make as many designs as you want. And again, you can do this in XCS. I just happen to be doing it in Illustrator. It might take you a little bit longer in XCS to do it, but you can still do it. So, hope you all enjoyed that. We're at an hour and 22 minutes, so I'm going to say goodnight for the evening. I'll try to be back tomorrow, and we will keep on trucking, and hopefully I'll be able to announce some cool things. So thank you, Gap. I appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And be sure to check out my Patreon if you're interested in laser files, if you're interested in design files that I'll be posting soon, including a lot of the elements in this pack that I showed you all. And we'll get it going, man. I mean, just keep on pushing it out there. Keep on designing, keep on thinking, keep on lasering. It's the only way it's going to get better. So thank you all very much. And again, be sure to check out the Patreon, which is right here, and Utinni Designs website, which is where I'll be posting the laser jig and stuff like that I'm releasing. So I hope you all have a good night. And until next time, keep on going.